Now that we have our area type, let's go ahead and create our first area. Just to recap, any work that's done in this lower section, including creating the area type, has to be done by a user that has certain advanced privileges. Normal users won't even be able to see this section. But once one of these admin users has created an area type, a regular user can then create an area. So I'm going to go to areas, and I can create my first area by either clicking on this create button or this plus. Either way, I can start creating my area. The first thing I have to do when creating an area is to choose my geometry type. Areas can be indoor or outdoor areas. For outdoor areas, the geometry type that's standard is GPS. But for indoor areas, through experiences we've had at Clearblade with mapping large indoor areas like malls, for example, we've seen that there are a few standards for indoor areas. In my case, I just have a simple outdoor area, so GPS is my geometry type. My area type shows up in this dropdown. I've only created one area type, so there it is, storage site. I'm going to give this new area an ID. I'm going to call it Austin underscore HQ. And you saw that it showed up in this gray box because I've actually typed it in before. And that's because my first area is going to basically be centered in the middle of Austin. I'll give it a human readable name. The name of this area is going to be Austin HQ, like that. Recall that only users that belong to the same group as an area will be able to view that area. So I definitely want this area to be in the same group as my user, and the area is, the group is default. I can assign an image to this area that will show up when I look at the details of the area. So the image could be something like a picture of the front of a building or something of that nature. Next, I will pick where the area is located by typing in latitude and longitude, or I can actually zoom into my map here and pick where I want the center, where my area to be centered. And I'm going to choose essentially 6th and Colorado, right there. That's going to be my center. And I can pick that by using this marker tool on the left. And then I will click right there. And there I have my latitude and longitude for that location. Next, I'm going to create what's called a geofence around the area, a virtual fence that eventually I will want to know if it is ever crossed by an asset. So I'm going to create that using this polygon tool over here. Click on that, and I will create it by clicking and letting go, clicking and letting go, clicking and letting go, clicking and letting go. Click and let go. And then I double click and let go. And now I have created my geofence around my area. I'll go ahead and click on create. I could actually set some seismic activity attribute here, but I'm not going to do that. I'll just say that there's been none. Create. And now when I go to my home page, you will see that my area and the geofence do show up.